How was your experience with Paathshala education?
I think it has been very good. Right after 12th, Soumil had decided that he wants to pursue pure science, that too from one of the premier institutes in India.
Okay.
And I think Paathshala really helped him achieve that objective. Soumil did take a lot of efforts. At the same time, I will have to say that Paathshala invested equal amount of time and energy. There are three things that I would want to call out.
Okay.
One is the teaching staff, the professors. They were always available for any query resolution. They have been very thorough with their subject, and Soumil has been very impressed with their depth of knowledge. The second is the material, the study material that was provided by the institution. Not only the quantity, but even the quality was of immense value. Is something that Soumil recollects on top of his head. If you ask him what are the three things, I think the quality of material is something that, and what particularly impressed us as parents, I think the number of tests that were conducted, especially towards the second half of his 12th. Soumil appeared for a number of exams, and I think Paathshala ensured that all these exams were covered based on the exam, be it JEE mains or advanced or BITS. I think the tests were customized. They were tuned to the core competitive exam is appearing. The number of tests, the speed at which the tests were assessed and the feedback was given, I think really helped us a lot. So all in all, I think Soumil's success I would attribute equally to Paathshala and Soumil.
So much.
Yeah. What competitive advantage did your ward gain by joining Paathshala over other students that joined other institutes?
I may not be able to say specifics since I don't have a lot of insights into the competition. But what I could definitely highlight, I think Paathshala gave individual attention to the students, and what I liked about was their approach was customized for the individual's needs. Obviously, not all students are at the same level or they have the same aspirations. What I have seen as a third-party neutral observer with other institutes, it's a big class. Everybody is kind of put into the same set of inputs, which may not help, in my view, with respect to competitive exams. What I liked about Paathshala was the approach was fine-tuned, it was customized, and I think that met the individual aspirations of the students. Not every student will have an aspiration to get into a IISER or a IIT. Somebody would want to do something else in life, but and that's where I think that approach was really helpful.
How did Paathshala's extensive and full-fledged test series help Soumil?
A lot.
Okay.
My observation is succeeding in competitive exams is not only about knowledge. It's how do you translate that knowledge into marks and the rank, and that involves a lot of technique. And that technique comes through a lot of practicing. And I think that is where the number of tests really help. Also, the inputs that we got from the respective professors in terms of trying out various approaches, in terms of sequence in which the questions are to be answered, the sequence of subjects in which they are to be answered, I think they helped a lot. So to me, I think the coverage was just about right. Because at times, what I have seen with some of the other colleagues of Soumil, there were way too many exams. But unless you take feedback from the exams and kind of plow that back into your subsequent solving of the questions, that's not really going to help, would be my view. And I think that's where that balance was just perfect, would be my sense.
Okay. How was your experience with academic counselors and student welfare coordinators at Paathshala?
I think they have been very diligent in terms of providing the feedback, in terms of sharing the progress. In terms of approachability, there were a couple of times when we felt like speaking to the counselors. I think we did come and speak to you once. So I think from an approachability standpoint, from the diligence standpoint, I think they were good. We used to get periodic updates. We used to get through the messages as well as the portals in terms of how Soumil studies are progressing. So I think we had a very pleasant experience with that.
Soumil was in a personalized model of coaching.
Correct.
So, as a parent, what would you like to tell other parents and students about personalized coaching and its importance and advantages over batch coaching?
Sure. So let me give a bit of detailed answer.
Yes.
So personalized coaching did help significantly. There was a time when sometime towards 6 months post this 12, we sort of felt that Soumil's scores have kind of reached a plateau. Maybe it is an incorrect assumption on our part, but the way we were looking at the scores, we thought they are range bound. They are moving in a range, and while that range was good, obviously we had to do something more. What that something more is, we did not know, and that's where I think ma'am helped. We did approach, and we were advised that potentially a personalized course would help. We did deliberate on that, obviously, because not because of any other aspects, but just because of the timing aspect. I mean, are we subjecting Soumil to something more rigorous than that he can handle at that point of time? But I think we were very comfortable because the same professors were providing that. So they knew Soumil, Soumil knew that. So I think there was a certain amount of rapport that was a wavelength that was established, and I think that helped. So I think those personalized courses that we took possibly is the right decision that we made in those 3 or 6 months. So I think the kind of jump that we saw in his scores, in his final entrance exams, I would attribute it to not only Soumil's efforts, but also that personalized course that was given. Because one thing that, and I think I heard from the professors as well, in personalized course, what happens is they understand your level of knowledge, your level of technique, and they give you suggestions, improvements that are very specific to you. They don't give you generic suggestions, and I think that helps immensely. So, in my view, as a suggestion for all those who are aspiring to get into the competitive exams, they should give a very, very serious consideration to the personalized courses. It's an investment worth making because it's going to give you very handsome returns the way we see in some.
Absolutely correct. So, what are the tips and suggestions for all other JEE and NEET aspirants and their parents you would like to give?
So, for the parents, my suggestion would be while students know the extent of study that they need to make, the coverage that they need to have, they just need to make the overall environment conducive for the studies. One, they don't necessarily have to exert a lot of pressure on these students because I think students pretty much now these days understand what the competitive stress is and they work towards that. From a parent standpoint, I think they should continuously monitor the progress without being intrusive, and wherever they feel that a course correction that needs to be made, they should speak up. They should take help from Paathshala, which is abundantly available, so that they can make the course correction. That would be my suggestion to the parents.
So, sir, I would like to wish you, ma'am, and Soumil absolute and abundant success, and it has been an amazing experience of collaboration with you over the past 2 years that we have been in association with you, and we hope this association only continues forward, and we also hope that Soumil reaches the great heights in life that he aspires to, and he researches on his favorite subject that he actually is currently going to now, and we are very, very, very glad about it, and we thank you, the parents who have been extremely supportive, encouraging and motivating towards Soumil, and extremely understanding as parents even towards us. So it has been an amazing experience of collaboration with you over the past 2 years, sir.
Thank you very much. I think the feeling is mutual, and I sincerely thank Paathshala for being part of this journey. As I said, we attribute Soumil's success not only to his efforts, but the efforts that have been taken by Paathshala.
Thank you so much.
So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for giving your time, sir. Thank you so much, and we wish you all great success.